Good morning again. Nice and cool here today. That's kind of good. So I'm going to make a couple phone calls, see if I can't get a hold of some of my seed customers, see if we can stop by and take a look at some fields today. And we're going to run up and check the rain gauge at the irrigation field, see what we got up there and what the ground looks like. And yeah, we'll go from there. I suppose we could put this pump away. We're done with it up here. I'm not going to put any more nitrogen or anything on our corn, so... Oh, crap. Come on. There. Well, that's more like 1/4 of an inch than 4/10 that we had at home, plus a bug. Some kind of big old bug. All right. Well, probably time to start her up. Walk out here in the field a little bit. This is the sandy side of the field. The machine's clear on the other side in the heavier ground, but as long as it's not too muddy or so muddy that it sticks to the tires, it can be running. Still got some moisture. It's not dried by any means. Yeah. This stuff would be okay, but it might be a little tacky on the other end yet, so I think we'll wait till this afternoon. We'll fire the machine back up. Give it another day to dry out. It's not super hot and sunny, drying things out really fast, so this isn't a very good representative area of the field, but let's just see growth stage wise. Where's our corn at? What's our disease pressure looking like? We do have some leaf disease here. So northern. Look at it here. Oh, and they're filled right out to the tip, didn't it? Looks nice. Just starting to dent. You can see some of the kernels have a little dent to them, and some of them don't. This one a little bit less so. Just starting to dent, so. R5 corn, big, girthy, thick ears. It's gonna be good corn. 18 around. Gonna have some decent sized kernels. Cool. Keep the water to it. This is right on the end rows. Like, we're not by any means representative here. I don't want to walk that far out there right now. All right, so like I said, I'm going to spend most of the day out seeing some seed customers. We're going to go up and walk. One of my guys one of my guys puts out a silage plot, and I got a couple of our numbers in his plot. So we're going to head up there, take a look at that. And then we'll see who else we can find. So, see if he wants to walk any of his other fields or whatever. Just checking in. Today's trips is multi-purpose from a sales perspective. One, I want to go out and see some of my customers' fields, walk stuff, see what we're seeing, look for disease, point out anything that we can point out to help them, and show some of the differences in the hybrids. Two, I have a field day coming up very soon that I want to make sure that everybody got their invitations and that they're aware of it, and hopefully get them to get here for it. And three, it is wheat selling season, and I have some really good AgriPro wheat for sale, and so if anybody needs some wheat for this fall, I'm trying to start taking some orders for that. So that's what we're doing today. All right, so I stopped along the road. This is still our irrigated field. We pulled out of the driveway down there, and I'm going that way. And I've had Brock putting up some field signs for me, but we don't have one on the side road of this field. And this is some dang good corn, so I thought we should put a sign up here. I have some in the truck with me. So we're going to do that. But then I was slowing down, and I'm like, hey, what the heck's going on here? Look at this. Look, where'd all my corn go? There's one. There's like 50 feet in here that there's no corn. There's no ears on this stuff. What the heck? That's not deer damage. That's not coon damage. That's human damage. Somebody came in and like picked all the ears off of this for 50 feet in here and stole my corn. Like, I can only hope that you thought it was sweet corn and you took it home and cooked it. What the heck? All right, we are up in one of my customers' fields, or just right on the edge here. This is a silage plot. I found a flag here. It says 14B32, 114 day. This is one of my hybrids, and we're gonna go out here and take a look. I don't know how many rows. I don't know what else anything is. All I know is this one is mine, and they are 20-inch rows. So, well, here's another flag, the 113 day. Next to it. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is this 11 rows? Okay. Well, let's walk out here and see what we can see. All right, so right off the bat, the golden harvest number is a little bit taller, which this is a giant corn. We're a little bit higher ear placement up here versus down here. Not terrible difference. Both of them are pre-green, look good all the way down to the base of the plant. I don't see anything that concerns me really with either one of them. Yeah. Let's see what the leaves look like. My goodness, that ear is way up there. Look at that thing. That's a honking monster ear, too. Okay. Did they all fly away? See how those silks are all clipped off the end of that ear? Let me find some more here. Here's another one. Are they in there? There's some bugs eating in there. I'm trying to find some. There's one. Those are corn rootworm beetle. Look at that. See them right in there? Those are corn rootworm beetles, and they are they're eating the silks on those ears, but that's not the damage, right? Because the corn's already pollinated. We don't care that they're eating those. Come on, focus. What we care about is that they were probably in the ground eating on some roots earlier in the year and causing some problems there. So this one, I know ours is a Irrigated hybrid. It's resistant to corn rootworm, so it shouldn't have much feeding here. I have no idea about the rest of these, but yeah. So anyway, just looking at a few ears here. We're not dented. This is the same hybrid that we were looking at in my irrigated field this morning. 114 day. Okay, really nice ears. This one filled out really well. This one's got just a little bit of a tip, no big deal. This one filled out awesome, except down here we missed a little bit. So that's interesting with some pollination issues. This farm has been drier than we are. They've been really struggling to get some rain this summer. So I'm not surprised to see that, but for the most part, those are really nice looking ears. I would be pretty happy with that corn if it was my corn. I did find one speck of tar spot, but now I can't seem to find it again to show you. But for the most part, this corn looks really healthy. My biggest concern out here is all the corn rootworm beetles that are flying around. There's one crawling on that leaf up there. Probably not going to be detrimental to this year's crop, but if they went corn on corn in this, which a lot of times in a silage situation, they'll do that, that could be an issue. Because what happens is all of these corn rootworm beetles, there goes one, will they'll grow, and then they will burrow down into the soil and lay their eggs. The eggs will lay there until next spring, at which point they will hatch, and then those larvae will start feeding on next year's corn crop roots. So we don't want to see that. All right, just for comparison purposes, we're going to look at this hybrid next to it and see if we find any disease there. I don't see any. I'll be quite honest. There's a big wide leaf on this hybrid, and it looks pretty healthy. So I don't know. He had told me that they don't spray their silage corn with fungicide, but they do all of their grain corn. But he had made a couple of passes through some of the silage stuff, and maybe in the plot he might have here. I'm not real sure. There's a little tar spot right there. There's a little on this stuff. It's not horrible, but it's easier to find than it is behind me. There's another corn rootworm beetle. It's in that just as much. There's a couple of them. That concerns me. Not as girthy of an ear, but a long, slender one. Looks fine. Looks actually looks good. I wouldn't be upset with this either. Some interesting pollination stuff happening up here where you got some skips and then some little kernels, and those are going to abort off. So this is going to have just a little bit of tip back on that ear, but this ear's not. This one maybe a little bit as well. Overall, looks pretty good. I don't see any denting yet, really, on either of these hybrids. We got a little growing to do. That there may tell the story, though. I broke off the top of the Golden Harvest hybrid and the competitive hybrid over here, and you can see the size difference in the girth of that ear. I think I'll take it. I'm happy with that. All right, a split of two different competitors. We've moved down in the plot. I did not recognize the number or the format on the right side here. The left side is the same brand as that previous competitor. Neither of them are Golden Harvest hybrids, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time here just looking. These are noticeably shorter corns, noticeably lower ear placement. I believe this one said it was 113 day and this one's 111, something like that. So getting a little bit earlier. Leaf disease looks non-existent. Yeah, there's a northern corn leaf blight lesion. There's another corn rootworm beetle. They move fast. They're a little hard to find. There's another one under that leaf. There's another one. That is concerning. That's not going to have anything to do with the hybrids, so we aren't going to draw any conclusions or differences from that. This one, don't see any tar spot either. Looks all right. I believe these are 11-row plots. Like I said, they're 20-inch rows, but this is clearly wider than the 20-inch row gap. I think they left one out. I think they're 12-row planter or 24-row planter or whatever, and they left a row out because they're chopping it, right? So it's kind of like what I do with beans when I do 15-inch row beans, where you leave a gap for the bean head, or in this case, the chopper head, to get down. So we've got a 40-inch gap and then the 20-inch rows from there. You'll also notice these plants are really dirty along this edge here. They're on a dirt road. That's just from the dry and the dust and everything settling in here. That's you just got to get off the road a little ways. So, all right, what do we got here? I know there's at least one more Golden Harvest number out here. 111 day, 11V76. Yeah, so this is a Golden Harvest here. A little height advantage on that one. Is this the last one, or is there another entry? I don't see it. Oh, right there's a flag. Come on, what do we got? 107 day, 57.75. I'm just gonna look and see what the other ones are. We'll go back and look at that. 104 day competitor. 103 day competitor, and that's it. So we just have the two Golden Harvest ones out here. Let's go back and look at it. All right, we've definitely got a height advantage on the Golden Harvest side here on my right, but 111 day versus 107 days, so there's a pretty big maturity difference. There's our rootworm beetles flying all over the place. Now this 111 day does not have a Irrigated trait. It does not have a rootworm trait. This is an above ground only, so it very well could have seen some rootworm feeding and some damage. Now I don't see any goosenecking, I don't see anything down, so I'm not real concerned about that at this point, but definitely a possibility that we see some differences from that. Once again, both hybrids look really healthy. I don't see any disease pressure, nothing that I'm concerned about here. Much lower ear placement on this hybrid, but nice ears. I mean, this is that long skinny hybrid that we've got. This 11V has been one of my favorites. I love this corn. Now I don't chop it, so it may be different in that situation, but I think it's going to be good corn. If I had to guess from the little bit that I looked at here, that 14B has got this plot in good shape. So we'll see what comes of the results from it, but we're going to run down the road here and look at another field across the road, and then we'll head on to the next place. That's a bald eagle flying right there. That's cool. I should have brought a tape measure to do some stand counts. I did not. But yeah, this is more of that 11V76 here, and 20-inch rows, and these guys plant super high populations. Like we're talking 38 to 40,000 plants per acre. So having years like this at that kind of population, I'd be really happy with it. That looks awesome. These 20-inch rows are a little tight to walk through though. This isn't real fun. Okay, we are across the road, or down the road a little ways. This is more of that 14B32. This is not a plot. This is just a silage field or a production field that they're gonna harvest. I don't know, I assume they're gonna chop it. It's not the giant monster that it was billed as, but these guys have been really dry, and I think that's affecting the height of all the crops, or all the corn. So outside of that, doesn't look bad. Actually looks pretty good. Let's look around a little bit. Oh, I see something. I see something. See those little green specks? Come on, focus. Oh, they're on the inside. Let me open this up. We have a few aphids in this corn, or at least on this ear. Interesting. I've seen a few of those this year. I don't think it's anything to be super alarmed about, but it is definitely here. You see these ears aren't super huge, but like I said, we're 20-inch rows at really high populations here, so we're not going to see super huge ears. These are pretty small kernels. They got a lot of growing to do yet. This corn's going to be a while, but that's a 20-around ear that looks like it has a lot of potential. So this corn is a traded, Irrigated rootworm traded corn, and I won't say that there are no rootworm beetles out here, but it is noticeably less than across the road. So I mean, I don't see any of these silks getting clipped off like we had over in that plot where there was some non-rootworm traded corn, which means that the larvae all died when they ate the roots, right? So they couldn't hatch or pupate and come up as beetles. Okay, well, that looks good. I will write up a report and send it to the customer and tell him that he's in good shape. Healthy. Everything looks super healthy. Well, we've made a couple other stops, talked to a couple other customers, and I'm at a cornfield of another customer who's not here, but he told me where the field was, so we're going to come out here and take a look at it. First thing I noticed, probably not a concern really, but it's noticeable. See the holes in these outside leaves? Those are from grasshoppers. If I walk along here, you can see them all kind of jumping. They're coming out of this grass along the road here and eating some of these leaves. I would guess as we walk out here, we won't see as much of that. I do see some lamb's quarters though. We got some weeds. Let's get out into the field and hopefully that disappears and isn't so bad. Okay, the weed control is better out in the field. It's not perfect. What the heck is going on with this plant? This one plant, I don't know if that's a disease or something else there, but that's the only one I've seen like that. Anyway, we've got some interesting stuff going on out here though. First of all, this was definitely planted towards the end of the planting window because we're just getting to brown silk. Like this stuff is just past pollination, which is fine. It's got time. It'll be okay. Nice size ears. We'll pull one here in a minute, but it looks pretty good from that standpoint. I don't see a ton of disease. I did see a little bit of some northern corn leaf blight, but I don't see any tar spot really. Nothing that I'm super concerned about. There is, I don't know if he had some planter issues or something else going on because like you can see where these are at maturity wise, looking at the silks and stuff here. Look at how long these silks are. That's crazy. But then look at this row. We don't even have tassels yet. Or this row. And maybe it's just a spot in here. Maybe there was some replant. I don't know, but like we're not silking yet. This has got longer to go. So I find that interesting. I don't know exactly what's going on there. As I walk across here, the rest of these look better. Actually, look here. You can see how we got a double row. I would assume that we had some replant in here. He had some stuff that didn't come up, and so that replant is just behind. And then here we overlapped because that's what happens when you replant. It's a sucky thing to have to do. But what is here looks all right. Okay. Yep, got a lot of developing to do yet. Nice ear, pollinated pretty darn well. Just a couple of silks on the tip here that are still hanging on, but no big deal there. It's big. I mean, that's a nice ear. It's just got a long ways to go. It's just a 14 around, but 45 in length. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, well, we'll let them know what I found, and we'll keep an eye on stuff here, but it's going to make corn. You guys remember this discussion we've been having about 1 ear per plant? Ah, we found this. Look at what I found. So way back when we dissected a corn plant, we know that corn can put 6 to 8 ears on, or develop 6 to 8, but usually you only get the top one. Well, this plant here is an overachiever. Now what happens is there's nothing close to it. It's got plenty of space, plenty of moisture and nutrients. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ears putting silks out. The 6th one here didn't quite make it. Or here's the 7th. And there was an 8th. Anyway, that's crazy. You're going to get 2 off of this one. Maybe a few kernels on 3 there. So, yeah, that's the potential if you can give them enough space and sunlight, but it's way more efficient to have lots of plants close together than it is to do that. I am not sure what kind of bug we got there, but he's a big mean looking one. We made it home. They stoned our road today. My wife doesn't like it because the stones are loose and they fly everywhere, but this is nice. It's going to make it so much better, and it needed to be done. So thank you, township road people. That's going to be really good. All right, we've got football practice again today, so I gotta get the boys and head out.